Hey everybody, hope everyone's doing all right today. Just want to go through and do a quick review of a few bullets that I used this past season for deer hunting here in Wisconsin. So we can just jump right into it here. Two cartridges that I used this past season were 270 and 308. Used different bullets for both of them, but I'll dive into that a little bit deeper here as we go. First one that I want to mention is the American Whitetail here from Hornady. Awesome box ammo that you can pick up quite a bit at any regular sporting goods store or online, especially now it's becoming a little bit more readily available, I should say. Nothing fancy, just the standard 308, 150 grain interlock bullet, super common from the Hornady line here. I reload quite a bit for both these calibers, for both 308 and 270, and this is the interlock bullet. Here, it's pretty standard, just your simple cup and core bullet. Has a cantilever here, and on the inside of the bullet itself has an interlock ring where the name from the bullet from Hornady gets its name from, which is kind of similar to a Remington Core-Lokt, like a standard Core-Lokt. It's just a ring that goes into the core, so it mechanically locks the core and jacket together. So even though I reload quite regularly for both of these cartridges, I find myself going back to box ammo quite a bit, just because I know it's reliable. I know it works. The interlock bullet from Hornady just flat works. I'll throw a few pictures in here of a few deer that I took in the past with it. No problems with the bullet working itself. I've never recovered one of these bullets. I've always had pass-throughs, and the bullet just works. They're reasonably priced for a box of these. As long as I do my part and put the bullet where it needs to go, it just works. So I definitely would recommend looking into these bullets if you're looking for more of just a standard factory, no muss, no fuss box of bullets. They just plain work. I've shot them in both my 270 and 308. Over here I have example for the 270. I shoot 130 grain out of my 270 and 150 grain out of my 308. No accuracy issues with them. Obviously that kind of depends on your rifle and what your rifle likes to shoot, but my personal opinion, for a great, again, no muss, no fuss, easy, simplistic bullet that just works from a good factory, reputable company, definitely would recommend the American Whitetail. Next, I just wanted to go through, this one's a newer one from Remington. I have never, in my previous years, ever liked Core-Lokt, and I'm sure I'll get some feedback from that. I just never cared for it. Every time I picked up a box, looked at it, every single one of the lead tips that was exposed from the Core-Lokt was completely inconsistent. It just looked like poor quality control all the way around. In recent years, with the whole bankruptcy issue with Remington and their QC and everything, I just kind of proved my point to myself that really didn't trust the bullet. Everybody and their brother says they work perfect. Either you love them or you hate them. I definitely was a person who hated them, couldn't stand them. Obviously, they got their name, the deadliest mushroom in the woods, for a reason, and people kill deer with those bullets all day, every day, throughout the entire season. I just was not one of those people. However, when Remington came back out, mid last year, early last year, I want to say, with their ammunition line, one thing that really piqued my interest was their Core-Lokt tip bullet, which is what I have here. It's pretty much just their standard Core-Lokt bullet, to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong on that, with a polymer tip on the bullet itself. So it's not a quote-unquote ballistic tip. That's a trademark from Nosler, but it is a polymer tip bullet that definitely improves the aerodynamics of the bullet itself. Something I just wanted to try. The biggest thing that I had with Core-Lokt before was just the inconsistent tips on the ammunition. This, in my opinion, kind of solved that problem. Definitely made the bullets a lot more consistent, a lot more repeatable. Picked up a box for my 270, which is just their standard 130 grain. Shot really well, grouped really well out of my rifle. It's a Remington 700 Classic Deluxe. Nothing too special. Just worked, grouped nicely at 100 yards, so wanted to try it out this year. And I'll post another video of the deer that I was able to shoot with it. We'll see how YouTube likes the second video of the terminal performance, I'll say, with these bullets. One thing that something that we can get a little bit deeper into in a different video is just terminal performance of these bullets. We can definitely go down a rabbit hole with that, and I'll keep this one short today. But the deer I shot this year was approximately 55-60 yards, roughly. Put it square on her shoulder. It was just a doe that I shot. Put it square on her shoulder, and she dropped at the shot. Didn't run an inch. She just fell right there. Put the bullet square through her shoulder. Entered, destroy the shoulder on the entrance side. Blew through the off side and never recovered the bullet. She dropped right there where she stood. That kind of sold me on the Core-Lokt tip, especially shooting it with a 130 grain bullet. And at point of impact was probably still traveling at about 3,000 feet a second. I'll say between 2,950 and 3,000. I haven't chronoed these out of my rifle, but they advertise 3,080 feet a second at the muzzle. So I can imagine they were probably right about 3,000 or 2,950. For the bullet to hang together at that kind of velocity and not recover a bullet, not find any fragments or anything like that, definitely sold me on these bullets. So if you guys are looking for something to try for this year, this season, I definitely would recommend either of these, either your standard lead tip cup and core bullet from Hornady with the American Whitetail line, or still a cup and core bullet, but new from Remington, their Core-Lokt tip. I definitely would recommend either of these. The Core-Lokt definitely is a little bit more pricey, so whichever way you want to lean to. I want to say these were about $41, $42 a box, and these for 270 and 308, I can find them on sale for about $29 a box. I definitely would give them a shot this year, see what your gun likes, and give them a try. We'll catch you guys on the next one.